Hello, welcome to this video on 2020 affiliate marketing trends and what you should be doing as an advertiser in response to them. First trend is that paid results will expand further into prepaid channels. So this means that the CPA, cost per acquisition model, will be accessible on other channels where you typically prepay on a cost per click or cost per view. An example being able to buy social media on a cost per acquisition or paid on results basis. Now, the reason why I see this trend picking up in 2020 is first and foremost the 2019 WebGains and Social Chain partnership, which has demonstrated that buying social media on a cost per acquisition basis is something that's possible and something that large players like Social Chain are interested in doing. Also, other networks that compete with WebGains will likely be keen to enter into this space themselves, either through Social Chain or other partners. Now, Social Chain and WebGains are exclusive for the time being. However, should that ever change, there will definitely be networks that will be keen to work with Social Chain. There are also demands from advertisers for the affiliate channel to be able to support the mid and upper funnel. So to drive brand awareness, to work on sort of educational pieces, and more so just awareness activity as opposed to just conversion where the channel is planted and rooted. So when is this trend really going to pick up? I predict it will be Q3 2020 in the build up to Click Frenzy, Singles Day, Black Friday, Cyber Monday, and the Christmas holiday period. It's going to pretty much, I think, follow the trend where WebGains and Social Chain joined forces over the Black Friday period, which is an opportune time to test something like that. And I think that there'll be a lot of networks and other partners that really want to sort of explore new ways to capitalize on these peak sales and retail events in Q4. So look out for activity in Q3. So as an advertiser, what should you be doing? I'd be talking to your network now about beta opportunities or reaching out to companies similar to Social Chain to see if a test with them on a paid and results basis is possible, but more so just trying to lay the foundations for relationships. As I said, again, Q3 is when I really see this opening up. And again, scout for CPA opportunities outside of classic affiliates. So again, contacting any companies like Social Chain, again, talking to your network or whatever it may be. On to technology and the trend of programmatic media buying and automation, which I predict will really start to accelerate, more so Q2 onwards towards the further back end Q4 of the year, but I think we should see some steer more towards Q2. Reason why then is tasks such as sourcing and recruiting affiliates are labor intensive and really time consuming. There's also the very manual and monotonous process of buying and approving tenancy and signing IOs, and all of these sorts of administrative and low value tasks which go into affiliate marketing. I can see maybe one network or another introducing something disruptive and perhaps working with a sample of affiliates on creating some sort of automation or a programmatic solution on more of a beta basis, with a view to rolling it out further over 2021. But definitely in Q2 and throughout the rest of the year, I would expect to see movement on programmatic and automation within the industry. So what to do is effectively ask your network if they have anything in development, anything in beta, and see if you can get involved in a test. Onto commercial. I predict the status quo will prevail for last click wins and voucher codes. So all of the, if you're very familiar with any gripes against last click wins and voucher codes, then you should be well aware of the arguments. But essentially the arguments are that last click wins, which attributes 100% of the value of a commission to the last click or the last affiliate in the journey, as being unfair and not a true reflection of all of the other parts affiliates may have played. So for example, there may have been a awareness affiliate much higher up in the funnel that made a consumer aware of a brand, but they receive no benefit from that because at the end of the funnel, typically an incentive affiliate, for example, a cashback or voucher code affiliate, will convert that customer and gain 100% of the CPA. And there are arguments against and also for, but the ones that are against voucher codes, that they don't add incremental value to transactions or that they cannibalize the efforts of other channels. So why do I think that actually in reality nothing will change? Is as it stands, there's no universal alternative to last click wins, and unless a alternative, and more so an alternative that can be agreed upon across the industry, then last click wins is not going to go anywhere anytime soon. And also voucher codes, in reference to vouchers, dominate affiliate commissions, and they also dominate the earnings that networks make through override, which again act as barriers for any radical change or overhaul of how those work. So expect things to stay the same over the year, and I'd expect to see the same sorts of arguments made at conferences and in articles. In terms of what to do, there are solutions on my YouTube channel on how to work on sort of a fair alternative, which is a mix of a CPC and CPA to pay affiliates. And there are also suggestions on how to use voucher codes that add incremental value. And that value is proven and tangible, and you can have a look at other videos around how to do that. So in terms of press and editorial companies and what they'll be doing, I believe that they'll further embrace the CPA model. The reason being is there are pressures on them at the moment to basically make money. There's a lot of clickbait out there. There's a lot of risky articles. There are a lot of players in the market. It's very saturated, and there are only so many eyeballs and consumers out there to generate impressions on a CPM basis. So there are already a lot of large press houses such as Vogue and BuzzFeed that are already working on a CPA, or be a limited CPA, mainly through subnetworks such as Skimlinks. So they put in a Skimlinks link to an article so they can monetize it if people click through and then go on to purchase something. But I think there should be a shifting and a further embrace. So we may see these press houses now working more direct with advertisers on a CPA basis. However, it may perhaps start with a CPC or tenancy sort of hybrid to CPA. When I expect this to really take off would be Q4. I think the press houses will really want to cash in on the peak retail period, especially Black Friday. They're well able to write quality content that can rank on search, so they're in a good position to capitalize on a CPA model during this period. I would advise advertisers to build relationships with press and editorial companies throughout the year. Definitely get in touch with your affiliate network if you work with one. Talk to their publisher team, ask them what press houses they work with. I would also advise speaking to Skimlinks, who work with a lot of the large press houses as well, and get a working relationship with them. Onto incentive affiliates, and the prediction here is that bottom funnel affiliates will make a push for the middle of the funnel, or even the upper funnel in some cases. The reason why is vouchers and cashback are always under pressure in terms of incremental value. And I feel that scrutiny is hitting a boiling point. There are already advertisers that refuse to work with them or have drastically reduced their CPAs. So it only makes sense that they need to find new ways to adapt and to monetize. And I think the really savvy ones will be working with perhaps influencers, perhaps on social media, perhaps doing events. Perhaps they'll launch a content proposition to rank in the middle of the funnel. And maybe they'll specialize in certain sectors under writing content and act as more of a hybrid press house with vouchers bolted on. This is already what the likes of Global Savings Group do with their partnerships with the press and influencer events that they do. So I'd expect to see a lot more of this. When I think this is going to kick in earnest in Q3, in the run up to the Q4 peak sales period, I think this is when the voucher sites and the cashback sites will be wanting to thrash out and begin to position these propositions to advertisers when they're looking to invest budget in the peak sales period. And in terms of what to do as an advertiser, investigate mid-funnel opportunities with voucher and cashback partners right now. You can ask them if they've got anything in beta, what have they got planned for the year. Make sure you make it known that you want to be involved so you don't miss out. And that's all from me. If you need any help or have any questions, my email is there. You can also check out my book on Amazon, The Advertiser's Guide to Affiliate Marketing, for an overview on how to do affiliate marketing in an incremental and value-adding way. If you like the video, please subscribe on YouTube for regular content, and be sure to like, comment, and share and support the channel. Thanks for watching.